friends. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Fort Worth Roots. This is a podcast for Fort Worthians who love our city and want stories from our community's creators. You love Fort Worth? You want to know what's happening in your backyard? Then this podcast was made for you. So we reached out to the veteran entrepreneur community and we said, hey, we're not doing any kind of sponsored material on our podcast, but we'd be happy to highlight your business. No charge. Just want to spread the love. So I reached out to a veteran entrepreneur group and said, hey, let me talk about you guys on my podcast. And the first company who got back to us was Squad STX Boys Camping. Squad STX Boys Camping. You can find them at squadstx.com. These guys' mission statement says, Squad STX is an overnight primitive camping, hiking, orienteering, and laser tag course for boys designed by the U.S. Army infantry officers as an alternative to Boy Scouts and traditional summer camp. We develop strong leadership skills through squad competitions, time-tested military training methodologies, and situational training exercises. I'm glad to see that there's somebody out there doing stuff like this. Check out their website, awesome pictures, all the information here, but they got two events. Looks like Boys Summer Camp, which is a 5-day thing. Father and Son Camping, which is a 3-day thing. The Boys Summer Camp, they've got dates listed for June 8th through the 12th, June 22nd through the 26th, July 6th through the 12th, and then the Father and Son Camp, the 3-day one, they've got one date listed for May 6th through the 9th. But you can check it all out, squadstx.com. It's all boys age 11 through 16, 100% outdoor overnight camping, hiking, wilderness skills, land navigation, laser tag missions. Fun. I mean, I want to go. Cutoff is 16, though, so I'm not going to make it. Dinosaur Valley State Park is where their camp's located, down towards Glen Rose. Check out the website, squadstx.com. And Squad STX, thank you for doing this with us, letting us shout out your business. Really looking forward to putting some other veteran entrepreneurs in the spotlight here. River Oaks. This is going to be the first event that Fort Worth Roots is going to go to. Pretty psyched about it. Probably need to start getting prepared for this thing because it's coming up fairly quick. Saturday, April 30th, River Oaks is putting together the Spring Fest Car Show. And they're from Darren, I guess, that we had on, I think that's episode 59 or 60. Anyway, he goes into detail talking about this thing, and they're going to have, I think, upwards of 70 vendors out there, classic cars. YMCA Camp Carter is going to be giving tours of their facilities and showing kind of what they do over there. It's 300 acres. 300 acres is not a lot, but it's a lot if you're in the middle of a metropolitan area, I feel like. Anyway, cool stuff. It's going to be a lot of good activities going on there. More details to follow. River Oaks Springfest Car Show has their own Facebook page, and then of course the Fort Worth Roots Facebook page is always going to put out information like that, especially since we're going to this event. This episode today is a rodeo. Pretty wild. You're not going to experience this, but as I'm interviewing these people, I have so much noise in my headset that I can't hardly think straight. More than that, I'm outside of my element, fish out of water kind of situation. So anyway, all that to say, it's a little bit clunky, but I say a bunch of dumb stuff because I get nervous and things are just weird and awkward. But we had an incredible opportunity. This is an event put on every Sunday by Joe Savage. You can find all of his stuff on Facebook at joefnsavage, and of course, Fort Worth Roots podcast page on Facebook will always have this information. But he had us come out to the playground off of Morton Street, over off of in the 7th Street area, and allowed us to record with some of the artists that come out there. The singer-songwriter thing that happens each and every Sunday, at least through March, is where a bunch of extremely talented musicians show up, play a few songs for you, and then they'll get off the stage and somebody else goes up. I was blown away by the amount of talent in this one room. You would expect a line of people at the door wrapped around a city block, but people just don't know what's going on in here. It's great. So you can check it out. There's no cover each and every Sunday at Playground off of Morton Street here in Fort Worth, Texas. Our guests on this episode start off with Dave Hunter. That's our first recording that we do. Second one's with Randall Clark and Susie McGuire of Shotgun Josephine. Third one is James Norrid. Fourth up, Jordan and Brock DeWall join us. And then we close everything out with Joe Savage, who is a madman. He's trying to manage the stage and give us a quick recording, and it did not go great because he had stuff to do, and here's this nerdy little podcaster in the corner trying to steal his time. But Joe, thank you for having us out. Genuinely appreciate that. And you guys let us know what you thought about this kind of setup. It was weird. I'm telling you, it was strange. But if you guys enjoyed it, we'll do it again. I could go to singer-songwriter events once a month maybe and just meet new people. It was cool. We had fun, and I would like to do it again. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. That's it. And again, there is a lot of information in this episode, so it will be in the show notes. Don't worry. You do not have to take notes. Thank y'all for being here, and let's start the show. All right, David Hunter, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and where are you from?
Well, I live in Aledo, Texas.
Okay.
A little bit west of here.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I work just outside of it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Willow Park, right there off of I-20.
Yeah.
So you're not too far.
No.
Did you come up to the last week's singer-songwriter here at the playground?
I did not. There was some confusion on somebody's part. Anyway, I didn't really know if I was supposed to be here, so I should just come next time.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't seem like a very formal function that they got going on here, but Joe's doing a really great job of getting the message out and bringing in as many names as possible. So whenever I told Joe that I was set up and I was about to approach this man over here in the corner, he made out like he knew you pretty well.
He does, yeah. It's kind of funny. We, I guess the lady I'm with right now, she and I, our first date was going to Shaw's out on Magnolia, and Joe was playing. And I actually changed the date because I said, look, I got a friend out here playing. Let's go have dinner there and listen to Joe. Mm-hmm. We did. Go through the calendar a little bit. We were making a trip. We're going out to Key West for vacation for our 1 year anniversary thing. And we parked the car at a hotel near the airport. Mm-hmm. She turned around and saw this guy. She said this guy was just beaming from ear to ear. And he says something, and she heard him. I didn't. She says, "Is that Dave Hunter?" She said, "Yeah." And I turned, it was Joe. So, and that was
in Key West.
No, actually, it was in Fort Worth.
Okay,
but I think he was heading off to the West Coast, and we were going east. So we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So I've been kind of hanging. Anytime I get a chance to hang around where Joe's playing or offering some opportunities like this, I'm going to be there.
Awesome. Yeah, Joe's a great guy. We met him. Maybe a month ago. He was on the show. And he's just been real good about inviting us to things like this and getting the podcast involved in the local artist community. So, where do you usually gig at, or what do you usually? Where does music work into your weekly schedule?
Right now, I'm doing mostly what I'm doing. I'd like to have some opportunities to do some full gigs, but I do all the open mics I can. We've been doing something in Fort Worth, a couple of things in Fort Worth at Chubby's, and then there's a campfire. I don't know if you ever heard of the campfire.
Where's that?
It's on far west part of Camp Bowie, out on. It's at Dirty Water Saloon. Can I say that? Can I promote that?
Yeah, you can promote whatever you want.
Yeah, they've been great for us. We used to be down the street at Last Call, and COVID kind of shut everything down there. So they moved it up and started working at Dirty Water. They've done a great job of doing the backyard. They've got some bricks laid out, fire pit, and
we'll have to check it out.
Literally have a campfire out there when the weather's permitting. And, that. I'm doing the Weatherford Music Festival this year again.
Okay, and when is that?
Last year. That's in March.
Okay.
And it was great last year. We went out. They had an acoustic stage and then a larger stage for more like bands. I did the acoustic solo, and then I did it with a couple of friends. Mm-hmm. And Randall Clark came out and backed us up, the two of us. And so
great.
We did a little three-piece. But Rodney Hobbs has been doing that. Did it last year.
He's the one setting it up.
He's setting it up.
Yeah. And where do they? I'm sure you could probably throw a rock and hit it in Weatherford, but where exactly do they have that festival? Is it in the courtyard area?
Anybody that knows where First Monday is held?
First Monday.
Right there at Santa Fe and Fort Worth Highway.
Yeah.
It's right there. just across from Antebellum, if you've ever been to Antebellum.
I know where Santa Fe is right after, it's right before the bridge over there by Albertsons, right?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And they've got a kind of a farmer's market right there on the corner?
They do that first Monday. And he gets it reserved for this, and it's usually, I think it's a 2-day thing, maybe just one, but at least 2 days. We went last year. We had a great time, and then when we were done with our acoustic sets, we went down to the big stage. We saw an Eagles tribute group called Desperado, and they knocked our socks off. They did a great job, and so a couple of others. Rodney did a great job. Very successful event, and I think he's going to try it again this year.
And you'll definitely be there.
I've put my name in the box here.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
And I guess I'm talking to Joe about this later, get all the details, but I guess he's putting this on at the playground every Sunday for singer-songwriters.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. So I guess we'll be catching here quite a bit.
Yeah. I'll come back.
Not a bad little spot.
Yeah. Only problem is here, like with a lot of places, parking. You never know where to park.
I agree with you there. The parking situation down here is awful, but as far as that goes, on a Sunday around this time, parking is about as good as I've ever seen it in the past couple of years, because it's a nightmare down here for parking.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time here. Where can the guys find where can the listeners find your music?
I'm definitely on Spotify and iTunes. I haven't pulled my music off Spotify yet, so I'm kind of Spotify, iTunes. I went through CD Baby. I did my album. I did a 4-song album. Mr. Randall Clark did the recording and producing for me. He and Susie did backup vocals and all the other stuff. So
awesome.
It's out there. The album is called. The other two problems. One, I did not realize there were so many David Hunters recording.
Yeah.
There's about 1,000, but I'd have changed my name. But it's called The House in Louisiana, not Louisiana, but Louisiana.
Okay.
And there's 4 songs. One of them is called House in Louisiana. And then there's one. My favorite is one of the first songs I wrote and recorded was a song called She Waits. It's kind of dedicated to single moms and dads who have to go out and raise their kids by themselves and earn the money, pay for the child care, and buy the groceries. So
is that something you went through?
Nope, I did not.
No.
I did not. I knew a couple of people, a couple of close friends who did, and I just looked at that and I thought, gosh, that'd make a great theme for a song.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's about, right?
Exactly. It's about life.
Pulling art from life and translating it.
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, and do you have a website?
I do not. That's something I'm working on.
Can they find you on YouTube?
YouTube? Yes. Like I say, the 4 songs on the House in Louisiana album are all out there on Spotify, iTunes. What else? Pandora.
Yeah, all the streaming services.
Yeah, CD Baby did a good job of putting them out there. Spreading them out. So.
Well, I'll try to find those, and I'll put the links in the show notes for this episode. I think what we're going to do is try to get everybody that is willing to on the mic today just to kind of introduce themselves to the listeners, and I'll put your contact information, your YouTube links on the show notes so that they can see that.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And will you be the first one up?
Possibly, because I'm the first one in the door.
Right.
Maybe so.
It makes sense.
Maybe so.
Okay. Yeah. Well, don't run off. Let me get your information, and then we'll add that to the show notes.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm used to having my own space, so I'm kind of on the fly here. So, Randall, Susie, how are y'all doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
We're doing great. I've got a note in the back that.
If you want to sit in that chair, you're not in the video.
Okay. I see.
Well,
I thought it was audio.
It is audio, so if you're more comfortable over there, by all
matter.
means, sit over there. And I'm still trying to figure out exactly where everything should go. So y'all are a band. What's the name of the band?
Shotgun Josephine.
Shotgun Josephine. Okay, and you said y'all are out of Granbury?
Yes.
Yeah, we live in Granbury, but we play all over
Fort
Worth and Dallas and wherever.
Where do y'all gig on the regular?
Good question.
What was the question? I can't hear you.
Oh, let me see if I can help you with that.
There
Is
we
that a
go.
lot clearer?
Yeah.
You were talking
I'm sorry.
Hear you now.
See, I'm just.
We play all over North Texas, the Metroplex, down Waco, just North and Central Texas, and West Texas, Louisiana. Mm-hmm. we're kind of two bands in one. We do a cover band thing that pays the bills. We do that about 200 or so dates a year.
Yeah.
And then we also do original stuff, and we do showcases like tonight as well.
Awesome. And y'all always operate as a group? Do y'all ever do anything solo?
No, we're pretty much we do duo or we do full band.
Right. Yeah. It's awesome. Y'all look so familiar. Were y'all at the last Sunday's singer-songwriter here at Playground?
We were.
Yes, we were.
That's awesome. Okay. Everything's happening so fast. I'm trying to keep up. But I think we had, maybe 30
Yeah, it was a lot of
people play last Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Y'all think we'll have that same turnout today?
I think so.
Possibly.
Awesome.
One never knows.
Well, what's next on your schedule for the month, or February, March, kind of upcoming stuff?
I know this weekend we're playing out at doing duo at Sledge Distillery in Granbury. It's a really cool place.
Okay.
And we've got Blue Bayou. I'd have to. I need my calendar.
That's okay.
Yeah, we've got.
I know that nobody was expecting this. I just kind of busted
That's
it on
okay. Yeah, we stay pretty busy, and then a lot of times in spring and summer and the fall, we often play 2 gigs in a day. Again, those are usually cover type things where we do classic rock, classic country.
Yeah.
So we enjoy doing the songwriter showcases like tonight.
Right. Are there some other singer-songwriter showcases that y'all go to?
COVID really has slowed that down.
Yeah.
But we used to.
Yeah, because Joe used to do one at the Chief Records, which was a lot of the same people.
That's over there on Exchange.
In the Stockyard.
Yeah, it's in the Stockyards,
We play there a lot,
Yeah,
actually. We play there about at least once a month.
Okay.
As a duo.
Okay. Which venue down in the Stockyards do y'all frequent the most?
We play there. We play the rodeo stage quite a bit.
Yeah,
Full
Chief Records.
band. Yeah.
Yeah, Chief Records, and there's 2 stages we play duo usually, and then we play full band out at the rodeo stage. And
we
playing
do
at
Thirsty Armadillo.
Thirsty Armadillo. Yeah.
We've played White Elephant. Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Chief Records, just to make sure I'm not thinking of the wrong spot, there's kind of a breezeway
right down
there.
at the very end.
Yeah, Risky's is at one side, Chief's Records is at the other. Okay.
Yeah, it used to be Ernest
Tubbs.
Yeah, it was Ernest Tubbs.
That's a cool little spot.
Great.
Where's the stage in there, though? I mean,
there is a little stage in there, but we play out front.
Okay.
It's kind of a tourist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite place to play because there's people from all over the world.
Isn't it incredible?
Yeah.
I feel like that's a fairly new thing. I want to say like over the last 10 years, it's gotten far more diverse.
Oh, yeah.
You see people from every country down there.
Every country,
We'll be walking down that little strip there. I like going into Chief Records just because it's so random and there's so much cool stuff in there. So I'll drag Morgan down there every time we're in the area. I'm like, we got to go down there.
Yeah.
Why? Well, because I want to walk through there and see old pictures of Willie Nelson. I don't know. I don't have a reason. I don't need one.
It's just that old school indie, independent record shop. Where you can look at a record and feel it and smell it.
I mean, this day and age, it's pretty unique to find something like that.
It is.
It's really cool.
It's great.
But you can walk through there, and that's when you start hearing whispers of people with different languages that you've never heard before,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, every time I ask someone, where are you from? They're like, Garland?
Yeah.
I want them to be from Australia.
Right.
Yeah, and sometimes they are. What I've noticed is, we always have a tip bucket outside. And someone will come drop a few pennies or whatever in there, they'll be like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you can tell they're from somewhere else. Like it's just American currency. They don't know. But so I want to say, where are you from? But, we've met them from everywhere. Denmark. Everywhere.
Yeah.
I love it down there. Love it.
Really cool.
Yeah.
It's fun. People are there to have fun, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time for sure.
It is.
We love going down there. I'm in the Stockyards more than I should be. I don't. And you guys are working down there, so it makes sense. But we probably go. Yeah, we've had stretches where we were down there every weekend for months on end. It's just a really great time. There's always something different going on.
Yeah,
there is. Yeah, we played the Hotel Drover too, which was new. It was different.
That place is beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, we've played
and I think it's $400 a night to stay.
The night that we played, I checked, and it was like $750 for the first. For the.
Yeah, we also even more awesome than that, we play the Hotel Vin in Grapevine. That's an experience.
Yeah.
That's like going into a different world.
Hotel Vin?
Yeah, it's right on the main strip of Grapevine. It's what they call like
Autograph Collection Hotel. So is Drover.
Yeah, like super 5-star. But it's like going into a different world.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Now, when you say going into a different world, what's going on there to make it feel so foreign?
It's not foreign. It's just so nice.
Yeah.
Fancy,
but they also have this
elegant
food court that has food from every place. I mean, in India and just all these cool. It's just cool.
And like the stockyard's just bustling with energy. Everyone's there to have a good time. And I don't know, these days that it's not rare, but it's just nice to where you can just no trouble. Everyone's just there to have a good time.
And they listen to your music.
Yeah, and
that's
they appreciate
awesome.
it too. So.
Well, guys, I'd love to have y'all on Fort Worth Roots anytime y'all like to do a full episode. Today we're just kind of meeting and greeting, and we'll put all your information in the show notes so that people listening can find your information.
We're working on original music, writing it and recording it right now.
Awesome.
So you'll hear some of that tonight if you stick around.
Yes, absolutely. So. And for the people listening, where can they find your content, your music?
We've got a website. It's shotgunjosephine.com.
Okay.
We're on all the social medias.
All the
If you Google our name, it all pops right up.
That's perfect.
We're not hard to find.
That's perfect. Well, thank y'all so much for your time tonight. And very sincerely, if you guys would like to do a full episode, talk about your story and your music, just holler at me and let me know, and
you have my number.
and I'll make sure I'll text you. That way you've got my information.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If I don't have your headset turned up, you can't hear
I was like, watch.
I had 3 cranked all the way down.
I thought everybody was the same.
Thank you. This will be no surprise to you, but this is Joe Savage's idea to bring us out and have us bug all the people coming to play.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we just had Randall walk up behind you and said, you're awesome. So
it's not like it because there's a huge mirror.
Oh, yeah. He didn't know that.
Yeah.
Thought he was being sneaky. So how did you find out about this, James?
Through Joe Savage, yeah. I've known Joe for a long time, and I think I came across it on Facebook. Yeah, his event, and then talked to him. He's like, "Hey, come on up."
What's really spectacular about that is, you can put stuff out on Facebook, and you know this probably about as well as anybody, but you can put out that something's going on Facebook, and a lot of times you don't get a great result, but Joe is such a nice guy, and everybody loves what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
That whenever he puts something out on Facebook, everybody shows up.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah.
I think we had close to 30 artists out here last Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was a great turnout, I thought. I don't know. This room's pretty good size, but we're about packed. It seemed like.
Yeah, I got here late last week, and and there's still a lot of folks, and the room's great sounding. Yeah, the stage is really nice.
No, you'd know better than me because I don't play an instrument or sing or anything like that. But you were telling me this is it's a good venue for sound.
Yeah, on stage. Yeah, the sound on stage is great.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, it's in a good location, but there's so many other awesome little bars around here. I guess it's hard to set itself above or stand out among these other establishments here, because I was actually surprised with this much talent packed into this in the playground that there weren't people lined up outside the door.
Yeah, but that's funny, isn't it?
Yeah,
how that happens sometimes.
But there's so much going on down here that so kind of hard to set yourself apart, I guess.
As far as I know you're speaking from a venue standpoint,
right?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of places. I guess it depends on who finds out what when,
right?
But
we just got to tell enough people and
absolutely
and get them in the door.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing musically right now? Are you gigging anywhere regularly?
The regular things that I have going on right now. We do a campfire jam on Wednesdays, and that's been going on for about a little over 6 years. It's a lot of fun.
Is that on Camp Bowie?
It is on Camp Bowie.
Okay, I think Dave Hunter was telling us about that. Do you see him out there a lot?
Oh yeah, Dave. Awesome. Yeah, Dave. He's regular out there, and that's what makes the whole thing operate. That campfire belongs to everybody that shows up.
Well, we're gonna have to check that out. He was talking it up, made it sound like it was a pretty cool little venue.
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a cool venue. This is our second venue. The first one, COVID, beat it up. But now we're at the first was called Last Call, and it's no longer there. But now we're at it's called Dirty Water Saloon.
Yeah.
And in the back there, it's a cool spot where musicians come to play. Songwriters, people who are learning and working, or people who have been doing it a while. But it's a great environment, a good community.
You get kind of a diverse pool of musicians. You get
absolutely.
Guys at the top of their game and people that are still kind of learning.
That's right. Yeah, that's the way I learn too. Around campfire, learning from people.
Yeah.
Picking up what you can. I tell people playing music's a lot like playing pool. You get better if you play with folks who already know what they're doing.
Right.
You pick that stuff up. And,
well, from a growth standpoint, you need to be in a room where you're not the smartest one there, right?
Yeah, it helps. If you're not, you learn a lot more if you're not the teacher. But but still, it's about the community, right? It really is. It's cool, and any genre of music is welcome out there.
Okay.
So people tell me, I don't know, my music may not be what I play, may not be what you guys want. I'm like, that's not true. The folks that come out, they enjoy a spectrum of music.
Yeah.
The more you think it's not going to work, I think the better it's actually going to,
Is there still some room out there for some more musicians?
Absolutely, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And tell me again, whenever, is that also on Sundays?
That's Wednesdays.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wednesdays, 8 to 11.
Okay.
It's the formal set time.
Yeah. What about for spectators? Is there a cover at the door?
No cover.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it's all weather. If weather's bad, if it rains a little bit, we'll move under cover or something like that. If it's cold or too hot, we'll move inside. And it kind of turns more into, like an open mic scenario.
Yeah.
Song swap, several songs a piece kind of thing. But
informal, just kind of rolling with the punches.
Sure.
The important thing is that you're getting the community to get, excuse me, you're getting the community together, and everybody's just kind of feeding off each other's energy and get to play their instruments. And
that's it. It belongs to whoever shows up.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, James, we'd love to get you on the show anytime. Do a full episode with you. Some of these the recordings. We did one with Matthew Broyles and Trista Morris.
Right.
That went 4 hours last Friday.
Cool.
So. Yeah. Anyway, if you'd like to do a full episode, holler at us.
Yeah, we'd love to. Absolutely.
Did I give you a card?
Not yet.
Let me give you a card.
Break it
out.
And
I've got your information. I think I'm gonna text everybody just so that they've got it. And so you can look forward to a little text from me later.
Absolutely. Hey, I'd also like to mention one more thing.
Yeah.
Is every Tuesday also we've got an open deal at Chubby's Burger Shack.
Okay.
It's every Tuesday, and
where's that at?
That is on. It's also on Camp Bowie West.
Okay.
Yeah, and it is an open. We're wanting to kind of angle it towards songwriters. Mm-hmm. It's an open songwriter venue. So,
I'll dig that information up and I'll put it in the show notes so that people listening to this can find it easily.
I would love for you to do that.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, James, thanks again, and let's put something on the books. Get you a full session sometime.
Love to do that.
All right, James. Thanks again, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It's so wild hearing that.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I tell people all the time it's the best way to have a conversation because you're in each other's heads.
Yeah. Well, and you don't have to. Don't have to yell over everything. That's cool.
Over everything, and typically in here, there's enough noise that I have to say that again.
Right.
What?
Yeah. Did you say? Yeah. That's neat.
So that.
Very cool. Thanks.
I enjoyed a lot. James, thank you. It's great to meet you, man.
Yeah, it's really good to meet you.
Get somebody else in here. The chairs are. If y'all want to just pick a seat.
Yeah.
Grab a headset. We'll just roll it.
Do you want me to put my book somewhere else?
Yeah. You sure?
Yeah, he says yeah, because he knows me.
Don't spill it, Mama.
And then with these headsets, it's spaceship, like kind of close to your face.
My wife, Jordan.
Brock DeWalt and Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
Okay. DEWALT?
It ends in a D. I wish I had a T. I'd have a whole lot more money coming my way, I think. But no, it ends in a D.
And if y'all put your number there, I can send y'all information about the show. And if I have any questions about your music or whatever y'all got going on. Do y'all perform together?
No.
No?
I don't have any talent in that regard. I manage him, and then I have booked for venues. I don't have one right now, but so I do the business side of things, and he does the creative.
Awesome.
So. Yeah. We. I don't think that'd work out for us. We might get frustrated with one another. So.
Well, it wouldn't work out because I don't have that talent. That's why.
She's got so many other ones, though. She's one of the reasons I'm doing this at all. So
now, do you put your music out under a band name, or is it just?
So currently,
it's
just Brock DeWalt. It is, yeah, and we're right at the front end of even putting out my own original stuff.
Okay.
I've got another gig, full-time job that involved the music that I was doing for years and years, and then started songwriting in the last 4, 5, 6 years, and just last week, 2 weeks ago, got in the studio for the first time.
That's awesome. Which studio?
I was down with Bart Rose over at Fort Worth Sound.
Okay.
Yeah, here just near Southside. So yeah,
that all worked out well. You're happy with that studio?
He's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you get a chance to work with Bart, he's incredible.
Hell, we'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I bet you could work that out. He wouldn't mind the publicity either, I don't think. So.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's kind of about, is just getting involved with the community, meeting people, and trying to promote your music and your brand, and just helping the word get out.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, so do you have gigs set up right now? Are there venues that you're hitting up pretty regularly?
Yeah. So over the last year, what we really we live down in Burleson, and we moved up here to finish up school from Bryan College Station. So that's a pretty big live music scene down in Imway. And we fell in love with Burleson because it felt a whole lot like home.
Now, how long ago did y'all move to Burleson?
So,
yeah, we didn't just leave to finish up school. It's almost been 19 years.
You don't have to date us.
18, 19 years, something
you're
like
aging
that.
us pretty quick.
Well, the reason I ask is because Burleson's changed a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like you're talking about, it was a very nice, small, quaint community, and it probably still is in many ways, but it has grown so much in the last 10 years. It's unrecognizable.
That heartbeat is still there.
Yeah,
and that's the part we love. She was engaged in a magazine, a local magazine that was real connected with all the local business owners. Her father is a small business owner, and so all that connection, that community, that heartbeat, Friday night football games, and seeing the people in the grocery store, that's really where we resonate. And so Burleson's a great spot for us.
Still has that small town feel to it.
Oh yeah, they've clung hard to it.
Yeah.
We've been there for 13 years, I guess. And
yes, ma'am.
So in the amount of time that we've seen it grow is crazy. But they've held tight to the small town. Well, I mean, we're 20 minutes away from Fort Worth, and so we get to enjoy all that Fort Worth has and everything, but get to have the small town. So it's good. It's cool. It's all that. Yeah.
So a lot of the gigs originated there. So one of the catalysts for me starting to write music again was going through some stuff in our family. Started really making it an outlet to feel some things and to dream some things, to lose some dreams that we had. We have a chronic illness in our family, and so anyway, it just was an opportunity to kind of process that stuff. I couldn't do anything to fix it, couldn't do anything to get rid of it, couldn't do anything to take it away, and so had some friends that said, hey, you ought to share some of these stories with people, and I was, whatever, that's fine. But started playing around. We've got some great friends that own restaurants down there that gave me a shot just to take over a couple hours on a Friday night. Yeah. And pull in a few more people, I think, to help their revenue stream, but it gave me an opportunity to share stories. And then all of a sudden I started seeing what I kind of knew already for our own lives, but music's able to say some things, do some things, connect people in ways that regular words just may not get.
Right.
And so that's why I do what I do. But yeah, Burleson's our home base. We've played this past year. It was probably every Friday, Saturday night somewhere. But it really didn't crank up like that until this last year. So.
Awesome. So kind of coming full circle and picking up some momentum. Yeah. When's your first album going to be released?
Man, so right now it's in post, and it should be mastered in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, damn.
And so, yeah, so
awesome.
We're really looking at. I had some guys that I called in. I don't have a fiddle player. There's a little shout out to anybody that's real good at fiddle. Contact me.
See what we can do.
But we called in a session studio guy to get that done. So when he's done with those, then it'll go to post mix and mastering. And I don't know. I'm hoping if we've got all of our ducks in a row, March-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay, so definitely by August, yeah?
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
we had a set date of it needed to be done by April, and now that's gotten to be a little bit fluid. It doesn't have that hard and fast deadline, but we'd still like to get it done by the spring.
Absolutely, sometime this spring.
Yeah.
Well, the wheels of motion are moving, so
they're moving. Yeah,
good.
And I enjoyed the experience. It was a little fish out of water because I'm used to live stuff. I mean, my other job, that's what I do. Is it's all live. It's all connecting with people. And
that's the second time you brought up your day job, so now I got to ask.
Yeah, all right. So I lead worship for a church.
Okay.
And I've been doing that since. That's why we came up here initially. Was to finish up some school at the seminary, and then we hung around. So we hung around. Well, that's what I do down in Burleson, and so that gives me an opportunity. I know a ton of musicians that way.
Yeah.
And at the time, that wasn't a thing that I thought was going to end up being really cool. But but we do know a lot of guys, and they're all out there, and some of them got to play in on this EP with me, which is really fun. Just kind of my brothers in the grind, you know. And it's been a great experience having that as kind of stability and home and community. But they're also real supportive of me just trying this other thing out.
Yeah. So. Well, guys, whenever you get ready for that album, whenever that's finally you got a date, you're ready to go. If you'd like to, we'd be honored to have you at Fort Worth Roots, get a full episode in. Some of these recordings will go like 4 hours sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, tonight we're just meeting and greeting and shaking hands.
Awesome.
And
you get me talking about my influences and some of the guys that have really meant something to me, and it'll go 4 hours.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So did I give you guys a card yet?
Let's do it. I don't think she needs to take it.
Yeah.
She also,
that's us.
I'm just going to be honest. If you get any engagement with my social media stuff, Brock DeWald, it's probably my wife helping you out.
It is your wife.
Because I'm terrible about
probably.
I don't do the Insta, but she does, and she's my contact, and she keeps our household running straight. So there you go.
Perfect. Well, guys, thanks for your time, Jordan, Brock, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right,
sounds good.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
All right, Brock.
Thank you, brother.
Joe's about to get Roy's up there. All right. Thank y'all again.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're excited about it. It's kind of been a long time coming, but...
Can I be that person, and can y'all stage a picture real quick that I can just take?
Yeah, man.
That way I can say.
Let's get in front. Can we get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, let's do it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Coming right here.
Just stay right here. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. 1, 2, 3.
What a rodeo. I said, what a rodeo.
You there?
Yeah. Difficult to do this while that, right?
Oh, yeah. Try to be mindful.
Well, it's going smoothly.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bend your ear and get you to put it on a recording for me, exactly what we're doing here at the playground, Fort Worth. Can you hear okay on that thing?
Yeah, I'm just trying to hear them too, to make sure there's no disasters coming.
You're busy.
Well, we're trying to sell beer.
Yeah. Trying to sell beer.
But also give an opportunity, open stage, showcase, open mic kind of feel.
You're going to be doing this every Sunday.
I mean, something similar.
Right.
Yeah.
And
we've been doing this for 3 years. Yeah, in some fashion.
And for now, is it going to continue to happen at Playground until other notice? Or
exactly.
Otherwise notified.
Yeah.
So good deal. And then you've got your walk coming up in March, right?
Yep, exactly. In April. Yeah,
April.
May.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Do you have somebody that's going to be, because you reached out to me asking about emceeing this thing, but do you have somebody that's going to be taking over?
Well, that's where the big push is to get everybody out. Is there's no certainty now that we've got the fire, and they're only guaranteeing me to be here till the end of March, till I leave to go on my trip.
Oh, okay. So it might actually kind of work out, and then you can pick it up whenever you return.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Well, I appreciate you bringing Fort Worth Roots out, man.
Dude,
I've got a pretty badass lineup of people that got on here and did a recording with us.
Hell yeah.
But that's great. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. So, thank you, man.
Before you leave on your trip, maybe we could get another episode down.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll come talk about it.
Dude, you're busy
Thanks for coming out, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
Well, I probably overthink all of it anyway, So.
Well, that's what you do, right?
Yeah. Well, that's what, just trying to do something nice for everyone else.
Yeah,
At the same time as make my bottom line.
Yeah.
Pay my rent and eat. It's not like I'm paying for a Ferrari or anything,
Yeah. Maybe later.
Well, if I was, I wouldn't.
Maybe
if I could, I wouldn't.
Maybe by the time you get to that point, though, you'll buy yourself a Cybertruck.
Yeah, I'll probably just stay how I am. It's your gear. It's your gear.
Big thank you to Joe Savage for having us back out at Playground Bar for the singer-songwriter event. It's going on through March. Guys, what are you doing with your lives? You can go to this thing for free. There's no cover. You would not believe how much talent is packed into these rooms, or this room, or bar, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, go check it out. It's off of Morton Street. It's behind Magnolia Motor Lounge over in the 7th Street area. Every Sunday. And you can follow Joe Savage on Facebook. It's joefnsavage on Facebook. Check that out. And of course, on the Fort Worth Roots page on Facebook, we're always sharing his content. So we'll try our best to keep you up to date with what's going on down there. Singer-songwriter at Playground every Sunday. It's supposed to be. No promises. I'm not being held liable here. You got to do your homework, but it should be, and it's awesome, and you need to check it out. Okay. First one up today was Dave Hunter. Second one was Randall Clark and Susie McGuire with Shotgun Josephine. Third one was James Norred. Fourth was Jordan and Brock DeWald. And we closed out with Joe Savage. Got kind of weird there at the end. He had a stage issue that he had to take care of real quick, so just kind of dropped off there at the end. It was a little clunky, this episode, but we had a lot of fun. I know I said a bunch of weird stuff, but that's okay. That's okay. It's what it's all about. I didn't hardly trim anything out of this one, so hope you enjoyed it. But we'll do it again. If you guys like it, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook or send me an email. Tell me you liked it. media@fortworthroots.com is our email. Thank you to everybody that gave us some time and recorded with us. Dave Hunter, Randall, Susie, James, Jordan, Brock, Joe, thank you. I hope I wasn't too much of an annoyance. I tucked us off in the back corner so we were out of the way, but who knows? Things you think about after it's all said and done with, once the smoke clears. Anyway, and a big shout out to Squad STX, Boys Camping. Thanks for letting us shout you out. I don't know. We just had this idea. I'm like, I'm not doing anything with sponsors right now, so why don't I give some airtime to these veteran-owned businesses here in our backyard? So Squad STX was the first one to take us up on the offer. So there you go. Check them out. SquadSTX.com. Looks awesome. It's for all boys age 11 through 16. Yeah, that's it. And this is, if you guys are the first time you've listened to an episode with Fort Worth Roots, this is the worst part of the show because I just ramble. Thank y'all for listening, and I'm looking forward to doing a new episode for you each and every Monday. Follow us. It helps the show out if you follow us on any of your social media platforms or whatever your podcast player is. So if you listen to us on like Stitcher, if you pull up Fort Worth Roots and it shows you all of our catalog, there's going to be a subscription button. And all that does is whenever we put out an episode, it will remind you like, hey, there's another episode. And when you do stuff like that, it helps the show. So anyway, since you was, thank y'all for being here, and I will see you guys next Monday. Peace.